There's the lineup. 2 Britons, 2 Frenchmen, an Italian, a Dutchman, a Swiss man and a Spaniard. And that Spaniard also could enter the mix under Garaiar. 10:28. So, from the inside, it's Daniel Orlando. He's seen an Italian already take a sprint title. And there was further success for Italy in the women's triple jump. Came through as the fastest non-automatic qualifier. Dylan Williams, the first of 2 Britons in this field, has a personal best of 10:39. Now the very impressive Dutchman, Josiah Revier. What can he do? What can he bring to the party? He's looked so good through the heat and the semi. The fastest man in the semis, Yizan Bezasen, won his semi-final in 10:35 as a personal best of 10:25. Garaiar sped to a semi-final victory in 10:42 and can claim a personal best of 10:28. The Spanish under-20 champion. Here's the British under-20 champion and also a semi-final winner, Teddy Wilson, 10:24. As we were saying, perhaps the marginal favourite, looking very confident, very relaxed. Lanny Chantier, the quickest man in Europe in the under-20 ranks. 10:22 back in May. Hasn't looked quite that quick though, but he's still here and he's in lane 7 and getting through as one of the fastest automatic qualifiers. It's going to be a tall order for him to get into the medals, but he's on the start line. Ashik Begum of Switzerland, 10:31 at best. The very last final, the very last action on this second day here in Tampere at these European Under-20 Championships. The stadium goes quiet from the inside. Orlando, Italy, Williams, Britain, Revier, Netherlands, Bezasen, France, Garaiar, Spain, Wilson, Britain, Chanteur, France. On the outside, Begum of Switzerland. The tension palpable amongst these 8 men, and in the stands, the final of the men's 100 metres. Wilson beseeching celestial help. Bezasen looking very, very focused. And Bezasen's away very well. So too the second Frenchman, Chantier, on the near side. Now Garaiar coming through. The Spaniard is starting to accelerate and takes it for Spain. 10:40 into a minus 0.7 metres per second wind. Looks like it's a photo finish, as you can see on your screen, between Revier and Wilson for second place. Chantier also might just have a shout, but I think it's Revier for second. Yes, he is giving it on the photo. Just outside of his personal best, but Garaiar confirms the form he showed in Salamanca, almost at altitude in warm conditions. This is a Spaniard for all weather. What do you think of that, Rob Walker?
He was really impressive there, really impressive, as Revier is confirmed with the silver, same time as Teddy Wilson. Both of them, in fact, if it's confirmed, both of them sharing silver down to thousandths of a second. That's incredible. We're not being given the thousandths yet, but it is down as joint silver. Bezasen down at 10:50. Wow, it's not very often it goes down to thousandths and they'll both be over the moon. But Garaiar showed great composure there. There was just something about his body language at 60 metres that said, I'm not the biggest, I'm not the tallest, but I'm going to take the gold medal. He's got a confidence that belies his slender frame. Great win.
Well, the stride pattern was the quickest over that second half of the race. As you rightly say, there were quicker men on the start line on this year's performances. There were quicker men, according to their times in the heats and the semi-finals. But Garaiar just had the better acceleration over the second half of the race. It was all even. It looked like Bizersen had the advantage up until about the halfway point. Have a look at it again.
Right, so at this stage, Wilson going well, and also Chanteur. But now, this was the point at which I thought Garaiar was going to win. Yes, they were coming. There's just something about him mentally that gave him an edge, because everyone was talking about Riviere and Chanteur's quick times. I didn't think Chanteur was going to win. He just didn't quite look as impressive as he had done earlier this summer. But Garaiar has come and seized his opportunity. We've got used to waxing lyrical about great tactical awareness from Spanish middle distance runners, but to come and steal the 100, and he's not necessarily built like a 100-metre runner, he did that with his mental composure.
Absolutely. And the way he was able to, well, all sprinters de-accelerate over the final third of the race in 100 metres, but he was able to control that de-acceleration. He de-accelerated less, if you like, than the men around him. I'm sure great days are ahead for the likes of Teddy Wilson. And Joshua Riviere is a real uncut diamond. I don't think we've seen anything like the best of Riviere. He just coming through the heats, he just looks so rugged and untamed. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can get out of Riviere in the years to come. But for the moment, it's Ander Garaiar who takes the honours. Well, they're splitting it now. Oh no, it is exactly the same. It's coming up on our screens as exactly the same hundredths of a second. 10.464 down to the thousandths of a second for both Joshua Riviere and Teddy Wilson. They'll share the second place on the podium when those medals are awarded tomorrow.
It's very rare, but it does happen. Do you remember when, I think it was Kim Collins and Sean Crawford shared a bronze in the World Championship in Edmonton in 01? It's extremely rare, but very occasionally it does literally come down to two athletes being inseparable.
And we don't often see a Spaniard winning a sprint race. We had Bruno Hortolano winning the 200 metres. I think it was 2016 at the European Championships. But the Spaniards, well, they're renowned for races of 800 metres and upwards. And we might well see another Spanish gold in the very first event tomorrow with Sofia Santa Cruz defending her 10,000 metres racewalk title. But for tonight, the celebrations in Spain and in the Spanish team camp are all about that man in front of you. There's the confirmed times. Ander Garaiar, in the end, put daylight between himself and the rest of the field. Joshua Riviere and Teddy Wilson taking the silver between them. Well, I hope there's a spare silver there. I don't know whether they're going to have to do what some people who've shared will have to cut a bronze and a silver and weld them together. I'm sure that's one the organisers have got within their skill set to organise.
Hey, I'm Elizabeth Fitzgerald, and you need to go and sign up to European Athletics U20.